Thank you.
Sure, sure. Yes.
Okay, so Anjali, can you please go through your experience and what kind of project you have worked and how many years of experience total you have in IT and Salesforce and on which area you have worked in Salesforce? Please go through, I mean, just about the overview, not in depth. Okay, please go ahead, Anjali.
Yeah, okay. So currently I'm working as a senior Salesforce developer, and like from as I have total years of 3.3 years of experience in Salesforce, and relevant IT experience is total 3.7 years. And I as a 3.3 years of experience, I worked on mostly three projects, and that is based on the one project is based for on the UK, and other one was the German portal one. So in my first project, when I worked as a fresher, so that was the Germany project, that was the grocery app. Okay, so there I worked on the LWC and the Service Cloud as well, as Experience Cloud and the Service Cloud as well. And my other project was the postal UK postal one. So for that I worked on the Sales Cloud. And my third project was like recently, which I am currently working on my third project. That is also sales project. So in that I am working mostly on the configuration things, and mostly like whenever these sprints or any requirement comes, so we can write apex and all, okay, or trigger or something. So I in my first project, as I worked on the Experience Cloud, so I built the experience site pages, experience builder and all. And in sales project, I deal with opportunity management, lead management, campaign management, and I worked on apex, triggers, integration, LWC for the page build. And instead of this, I wanted to learn, like I have interest in learning marketing cloud, so I have basic knowledge about the marketing cloud, like what is the email studio, journal studio, automation studio, file extension and all. In spite of this, I like to learn, it is my hobby, like I like to teach people, so like to teach. Okay, so in my current company, I given training to freshers as a Salesforce admin part.
Okay, great. It sounds.
Yeah, this is all about.
Thank you for
Thank you.
introducing
Yeah.
about yourself. So let's move to the questions part. So we'll be cover first of all the admin side, right? Because as you said, you were
Yes.
both side customization, configuration.
Configuration both
Uh,
correct. Yes.
so first we'll cover the admin, then we'll cover the development. Okay.
Okay.
So my first question is to you. I hope you work all the sides of this admin side, right? Not some limited areas.
I worked mostly as per the requirement, and whenever I got time, like whenever new releases come, like summer or every release, so I will try to use that also if we are not using in my project. Like for example, recently we have that. In recent release, we have dynamic forms, right? And the object access also we can see on the object manager, right? What all permission sets and all we have. So I went through all that also.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay. Can you just let me know what are the bucket fields in report we used?
Okay, so bucketing fields we can use to give without creating any particular section or field. For example, we have like for example, we have one report, okay, in there I wanted to specify that with our my country, okay, or I can take for example, I have one amount, okay, so 10,000, something 20,000 and 30,000. So I wanted to bucket them, or I wanted to filter them, okay. So I will use the bucket field instead of creating particular filter, or instead of creating particular role or particular column or rows for that. So I can just bucket them. Okay, if it is greater than 10,000, show this result. If it is the less than 10,000 or 20,000, show this result. So that's the use of the bucket field.
Okay, great. So is it possible to use formula field in roll-up summary calculation, which is referring to another object?
Roll up summary formula field on the roll up summary, right?
Yes,
Roll
yes,
up
yes.
summary
Roll-up
relationship,
summary.
right? That
Yes, yes, which is referring to another object.
which is referring to the another object. Roll ups of formula. No.
Okay, yeah. Suppose there is a custom field, okay, which has the default value but not added to the page layout. Now, if you clone a record from the UI, what would be the value of the field in the new record? Did you
Okay,
get the?
so there is one, no, I will
Yeah,
repeat it. So there is one custom field. Okay.
yeah,
So in that custom field, that is not displayed in the UI, right?
yeah. But it has the default
Yeah.
value.
Okay, it has a default value. Okay.
You clone the record from the UI. What would be the value
Huh.
of that field to the new record?
New report, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, this is the custom field. What will be the value for the new report? Hmm. Like I didn't get the questions. Can you call,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no
repeat one
problem.
again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no problem. Suppose there is a custom field on account object, okay,
Okay. Okay.
which has default value. You can say that is a pick list value, and you already set one
The,
default value, okay.
okay. Okay. Sure. 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 Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't add that field on the page layout. Now,
Page layout. Okay.
yeah, now if you clone a record from the UI, because you don't add that field, so you will be not able to see that field on the UI, okay.
Correct.
So
Correct.
what would be the value of the field in the new record?
Okay. Okay. Value you are asking like default
Yes.
or maybe other value like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we didn't, we are cloning that and we make it as a default, then what will be the value for that? So if we are not giving default, like we are not putting on UI, okay, but we are giving on the default. So um, it should be none.
Okay. Actually, that will be the default value set
Default only.
at
Yeah.
field level because you are not setting on the record level. You are setting on the field level. So not the
Field
value
level.
calculated in the previous record. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Correct.
Uh,
Yeah. It will be
okay.
default only.
Have you ever work on approval process? Standard approval process?
Approval process, like I didn't work like sometimes like in profiles we have, right? Approval gated approval user we needed for that, right? So that time I set it something, but I didn't have hands on, but I know basics of it, like how can we do that
Okay. So how do you convert 15-digit record ID to 18-digit
by
record ID?
using the function case safe id.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so let's say, have you ever did the data migration activity in your project?
Yes, yes, I did.
Okay, great. So, what are the challenge if you face in your any data migration activity? Would you like to tell me?
Okay, so first of all, there are like first of all, first challenge is our for that test class we can write, right? So
Mhm.
for example, if coverage is not 75% of it is less than that, then we can't proceed with our migration from our QA to the production or from
No, no,
sandbox
no,
to
no.
QA, right?
I'm asking about the data migration means like using the data loader or workbench. I'm just asking about the inserting.
Okay, that insert, update or delete something.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, yeah.
Create the
Okay,
data or delete the.
so yeah. So like as per our requirement, we can go for either for the data import wizard or data loader or a workbench. Okay. But you asked for the data, this one, like data migration. So there are like if we have duplicate values, so there is chances we will get the error. Okay, this it will not get succeeded or it will get failed. So we will get the error duplicate detected and it will not proceed. That is the one thing. And second one is like if there is like lot of records, for example, if I'm using the data import wizard or anything, if for example we have CSV file also, right? When we import or via CSV, like we want to insert or update, so there, if for example after that if we go for the next step, we have we it will ask for the mapping, right? For example, ID needs to be mapped to the ID, first name needs to be mapped with the either name or account, company name should be mapped to the contact first name, like that. So for that, if mapping is not correct, it will not succeed and we will get the errors of that. One error folder will created and one success will create. We will see, okay, why it is failing. And after that, there is like option if we are exporting more data, okay. So there is chances if we are using the import wizard or maybe data loader, if we are using data loader can take it. But for example, if we are using Salesforce inspector, that is not a high level like a data loader, okay. So we can get the error like, okay, this it is taking too much time to load. Can you try again? Something like that. Time limit exceeded, CPU limit exceeded, we can get error.
Okay.
And for the if we are using, for example, if we want to do a bulk API, okay. So for also, if we didn't, for data loader, we didn't selected the checkbox for the bulk API or the settings or 200 batch or particular that size we didn't select it, that time also we will get error or something like our records will not get succeeded. We will get error.
Okay, so let's say you got an error, right? In Excel
Mm-hmm.
sheet, like this much record is getting processed and this much record is getting failed.
Failed.
How will you be getting,
Correct.
yeah, how will you be getting identify there in the Excel sheet?
It will come, right, like we have two options, right? For example, we are first is like we can download the Excel, it will throw, okay, this is the one, and at the right side in the comment section it will throw the error why it is getting failed. So we will see, okay, this is the reason why it is getting failed, and if it is failed, just we in the error folder, in this error folder we can just see, okay, this is the reason it is. If it is duplicate error, it will come in the duplicate error part, so we can just rectify and we can update CSV and we can rerun it.
Okay, great. So, can you just let me know what is the major difference between permission set and profile? I'm asking about the major difference. I'm not asking about the whole, things. Just tell me the major difference.
Major difference.
Yes.
So we can say permission set is any positive way of handling access. We can give to the any user in a positive manner. It is the permission set. That is the one difference. For example, profile can give, like we can manage everything, but permission, except for with the help of permission set, we can get some extra access to particular manager or particular user. Okay, if we want that particular user to get the more access, so we can use the permission set, any positive way of giving
I
access.
can
So
see. So, what you can do using the profile that you cannot do using the permission set? That is my question to you. What thing is there which you can do using the profile? Because if profile is there, why we need the permission set? I mean, almost things are same, right? But what are the things you can do using the profile but you cannot do using the permission set?
what are the things we can do using profile but not via permission set, or via profile permission
No,
set
no.
we can do
What
but
are the
not via.
things? What are the things you can do by using the profile but you cannot do using the permission set? That is my.
So see, if I will go for the permission set, okay, if I will open then, so there I can set the like field level, field permissions, right? So
Mhm.
okay, or object permissions. But for example, I wanted to import lead, okay, or I wanted to have some system permissions, some object settings or app permissions, like bulk API. In system permissions, we have, like for example, enable report, enable import leads. We need to select the
That's
checkboxes.
are not the actually. I'm just asking about the major things. You are going to the depth. So there is baseline. What I'm going to tell you. So you can restrict it to user using the profile, but using the permission set, you can enhance the access, right? You cannot.
Yeah, yeah, yes, correct,
So that is the basic.
correct, correct.
And other thing is in record type, you cannot use the permission set in record type. You can check that. Okay, if you want to control
Yeah, yeah.
multiple record
Record
types, so you
visibility,
have to be use the
profiles,
profile,
profiles.
not the permission.
Yes, yes, correct.
Anyways, let's move to the next question. Let's say once lead is converted, okay, and it is not visible to the UI. And is there any permissions available to view converted lead? I mean, you have to make a
We have we have one converted leads option, one checkbox in our
where
profile.
is it?
So converted leads checkbox in our profile in our system permissions. So we need to select that, import leads and all. We have options.
Okay. So other question is to you. Let's say we are using the custom setting, right? And now sales,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's long time back. Salesforce also introduced the custom metadata. So if
Correct.
we both do the same job, might be there are some difference, but custom metadata come, why still we are using the custom setting? If custom metadata come, because custom metadata come, that means it has some more features, it has some more scope, right, where we can use it. But why still we are using the custom setting? Just I want just single line answer, not in much detail. Okay.
Okay, so custom metadata is the standard version of the custom setting. So custom set provide us the hierarchical. hierarchical custom settings, and second one is the list custom settings. Okay, so we can, but our what is the our custom metadata, it will not provide us the hierarchical settings or the list custom settings. They are like the one different is, yeah, custom metadata have more feature, like it is a deployable with the records also, but custom settings will not have that feature. We need to either use the change set, but records will not get deployed. But our custom metadata will not provide us the
No, no.
hierarchical settings if
See, but what is my question to you? Question is very simple. Why we still using the custom setting? I agree with you. Custom metadata has that feature. We can deploy the, data about the data, and we don't need to create the data again while we are going to the sandbox, or we can say production, right? But my question
yeah.
is very simple. Why still we are using the custom settings? What are the features which Salesforce giving, I mean, in the custom setting? That's fine. Like custom metadata has all the things, but why still we are using custom setting? That is the main question to you.
Custom settings, first I told you that it will provide the hierarchical custom settings. Okay. And second one is if we want to bypass any flow or we want to bypass any validation rule, so we can go for the custom settings. So
Mhm.
it will have, we can create one object, okay, one field in that, in custom settings like checkbox field, and we can use in our flow or in validation rule to bypass that particular thing. So there we can go for the
Can
custom
we
settings.
we cannot do it using the custom metadata, you mean?
We can do via custom metadata also. But
Then
hierarchical thing we can't do
yes,
via
yes,
custom
yes.
metadata.
That is the main difference actually. What I I want to hear from you.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
let's say okay, custom setting has done, custom metadata has done. Okay, so as you said, you also work on dynamic form and flexi page, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
So, how many, I mean, what are the limit of the actions we can allow on the Flexi page to, let's say, admin? Okay, that much.
10.
Okay, yeah, great. And is there any way we can, render the fields on the basis of conditions? How you can do that?
Yes, we can with the set component visibility at the right side, we can add filter. There is option we can go for the record type, or we can, if we want to add according to our permission set, role, record type, or profile. So we have advanced setting, advanced filter. Just we can click on that, and as per our requirement via profile, username, or the org name, or via email ID, we can just set and we can make it available as a field or something like that.
Okay, great. So, can you spell some global variable name which are used in formula field, or you can say validation rule in Salesforce?
Global variable names, right?
Yes, which you ever,
Invalidate.
yeah, which you ever used in formula field or either in validation rule, or we can say in flows you can use, right?
Okay, so in validation rules, I use the global variables uh, for uh, dollar and all. mm, Not validations for. No, I'm not getting it.
Okay, no problem. I hope you also work on the automation side, out of box Salesforce, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Flows and approval process, as I asked you earlier. So let's
yes.
start with flows first, right? So,
Okay.
so just let me know how many types. I'm not asking about the detail. Just let me know how many types of flow available. And as you already said, you are always going through with the latest update. I mean, release from the Salesforce.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
currently in present time, how many types of Salesforce provide the, I mean, how many types of flows are available if you are going to create the flows?
So basically, as the standard Salesforce say, we have only two types of flows: the screen flow and the auto launch flow. Inside the auto launch flows, we have schedule flow, record trigger flow, platform events flow, orchestration flow.
Sorry,
And
can you go to again?
so as a Salesforce standard functionality, we have only two types of flows. One is screen flow, and second is the auto launched flow. Auto launched.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and inside the auto launched, we have 4 to 5 to 6 types of flow. First is the platform event flow.
Mm-hmm.
Second is the record triggered flow. Third one is the auto launched without triggered flow. And fourth one is the scheduled flow. And fifth one is that new flow, that is the orchestration flow.
Okay. Have you ever worked on the platform event flow?
Yes, yes, I worked on that.
Okay, just let me know what are the things required to configure. Let's say you need to create a one contact, right? Whenever contact is created, it should be created the we can say one custom object account. So what are the things you have to configure it? I mean, if we want to achieve this using the this flow, right? So what things?
First question is like, by using platform flow or any other flow I can use?
No, only platform event flow because that's late. Other I know like
Latest, yeah.
yeah. So that's I
Okay.
just want to know from you.
Okay. So in the platform event flow, okay. So that platform event flow, the first thing is like we can't run or debug that flow. Okay. So we have options if we are using platform events mostly for the integration if we want to send the data to the other party apps.
See,
Okay. So
just one thing. I just asking you like what things you have to. I just given you requirement. So requirement is
okay, content.
whenever contact is created, I want to create one custom object record. So what things you have to configure in platform event? I know that
So
you can just let me know like these things you have to configure. This flow you have to create it. These things you have to create it because this is very simple,
s-
straightforward. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, now I got it. So in the quick find in the setup, we have one platform events. Okay, so we can like same way we can just click on platform events and we can give one name, for example, contact. Okay, second the we have fields also, so we can use the operations or sorry fields to like what do new custom field I will create as per I know, like as per our uses. For example, give anything. New customer something new contact field I can create, okay, and that I can use in my flow, that field or
Okay.
that object. If we use the platform event at first only, it will ask like which platform event. So if I already created platform events from my setup with the name contact, so it will reflect in the flow and I can map that fields also will come, and platform events always end with under underscores e.
Okay. Okay, great. So the other question is to you. Let's say a business asks to you, okay, you need to write a one flow. Okay, so business has a already lot of flows on the account object. We can say there are five flows, okay, on the account object, and they are
Okay.
asking you, we need only one flow, and the rest you have to manage the logic. So in that scenario, how will you be configure it? Like how you will be follow the best practice here? As Salesforce say, as you know, we should only have the one flow as per the one object, right? So
Per
how,
object.
yeah,
Yes,
how
yes.
will you be manage it?
So we have subflows option, right? We can make a reusable flow. Like we can make a one flow, and inside that you told like I have five flows. So we can create a decision box, or okay, inside that I will just one, two, three, four. We can call that. Okay. And if we want to, other option is like if we want to use only like one object, one flow we need it, right? So I will see, okay, I will make a decision like we have like advanced technique is new, is changed. We can use that functions. Okay, so if we use that via decision, okay, this required, so I can try to combine in one flow instead of using that. One more thing is like to combine that, we need to take care for the start condition, entry conditions. Okay, if we make a map a fields, or we will make a condition in entry at the start of our flow, so that is not possible. I can combine five to six flows at my one. So instead of that, I can make a decision block, and inside that I can make a condition, entry condition, and I can run the other flows as well in one flow.
Okay.
Subflow is the best answer for it. Yes.
Yeah, so let's say as you already talk about the bulkify trigger and bulkify automation.
Yeah.
So if business ask you, we want this flow bulkification, right? So what are the approaches you have to be follow while we'll talk about the bulkification? Okay.
Okay. So bulkification of Apex class of flow means
No, no, no,
we
no.
need
I'm asking
to
about the flow, not about the Apex class.
trigger. Okay. Okay. So you are telling like what is the best practices we can use for the
No, no.
bulkification?
My question is to you: what are the things you have to do to make the flow bulkify, right? Because if that flow is working for one record, but let's say there
Huh.
are 1,000 record we are inserting into the system. So at the
Yeah.
same time, it should be work for 1,000 record, na? So that is my question to you.
So we can use collection. One thing is there. We can
Yeah.
use, because bulkify means only like we need the multiple records, right? You told like maybe 10,000 record. So one more thing is like we never use the DML like update or insert inside our for loop when we are using collection. So we can use the particular assignment to update or insert something that outside the for loop. That's the way we can do.
Yeah, that's one of the actually way we'll do this. Okay, great. So let's say you have created, I mean, business from the business, one requirement come whenever account record is created. Okay, so you should
Hmm.
update the we can say account type field. There is one account type field. You need to update that field. Okay, update means you need
Mm-hmm. Okay.
to pre-fill that field. So which flow you will be create here?
Pre-fill that field. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will go for record trigger flow,
Which event you will go here?
which before event.
Okay, yeah, correct. So,
Because before means like that only if I wanted. No, no, you told, yeah, like same account, right? Same object
yeah.
is there, so we can go for the before only.
Mhm. Okay. So, let's say, yeah. So, let's say there are three object A, object B, and object C, right? So, object A and object B both are share the master detail with object C. So, that means object C is the junction object, right?
Ah,
So,
correct. Yes.
now the question is to you. Object A has the OWD is private. Object B has the OWD is public. What will be the OWD? I mean, what will be the OWD access for object C? Public,
Junction
private, or
object.
something else. So for object A, it's private. Object B is public. What will be it for object C? Public, private, or something else?
Object A will be the private, object B will be the
Public.
public, and object C, that is the junction object. So it will inherit it from that.
Yeah.
Public, private, private.
Why it is private?
It should be private or public, or it should be private because like uh, we like our first object is A is having the private, right? So whenever it try to inherit it, so it will be private also for junction object also.
No, no, but why did see the question is like why it is only private, why it is not public? So there should be one reason behind of this, right?
Uh, why it is private only? So uh, because it is master detail, so
Mm,
junction object is in private.
it's not the actually main reason, but anyways, okay, let's move to the next question.
Okay, so just 1 minute for previous question only. Like junction object, you told A have private and B have public.
Yes.
So as per I know, like private means like if it is managed by our parent, okay. So it will be private. It will takes the parent only if it is manageable. For example, contacts always have private, right? If we didn't give explicitly, so it will controlled by parent only. So it is
Actually,
private. That's
the
why.
thing is, if this is the case now, like we have two master detail on a single object, that means a junction object, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
junction object is always look the immediate one. So whatever immediate one relationship it has, it will always share with that. So let's say if it is public,
Okay,
it will share the public, and if it is the
okay,
immediate one is private, then it will share the private. Okay, it's depend on the immediate,
okay.
not the like
Immediate option.
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
okay.
the other question is to you. I hope you also work on the deployment work as well, right? In Salesforce.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
So, did you get any error in the deployment?
Yes, many times I got like errors. So validation errors mostly I will get like so for example, I like there are many common as a admin I can say like if we are not fetching the latest from our develop branch, okay, and we are just deploying it, so we will get okay this component didn't access or this field isn't accessed. Okay. Second one is like test class error we will get if it is not 75%. Third one I will go for the if we have for example any duplicate. deducted, or any duplicate permissions, add profiles or any field, so I will get that error. And sometimes we will get, for example, I am deploying the Lightning Console app also. Okay, so we need to always take care for the app, like we have the proper API, not only for the app. If we are deploying any profile, so API will be proper. If we don't have the proper API, so we will get error. Okay, this particular API will not exist. And fifth one is like, we will get that time lot of errors. So
Okay,
what errors I can say?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. So, did you ever hear about the data skew in Salesforce? What is it? And
Data is crew. Yeah.
so, what is it, and how you will be, fix it? I mean, you can just uh, make the things sorted if the data skew is there in your system.
Data skew, like I heard, but like if we are getting, like as Salesforce is a multi-tenant architect, so if we are getting the multiple records at the one time, so
No,
it
no.
is like not
So that means multi-tenant is fine, but there are some governor limit now. So what are that limit hit when this situation
data.
happen? Yeah, data skew situation happen. So there is some limits actually defined by the we can say like Salesforce, or we can say the governor limits are there, as you already know, right? So
Governor limits I know, but I'm not getting the what the exact data skew can do. I've forgotten, to be
okay,
honest, so I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
sure about that.
No problem, no problem. Let's move to the next question. So we have a 5 minute for admin interview, then immediately we'll join for the developer. Okay. So after this, we have
Okay, okay, sure.
for developer. Okay. So in admin part, let's say you need whenever you we can say yeah. So do you ever have a work on the sales process? I mean, how we can create the sales process in Salesforce?
Yes.
So how will you create it, and which things are required to create the sales process?
Okay, so for the sales process, we have like uh leads and all, right? Say, leads, campaigns, opportunity, sales process mostly deals with like that. Okay, so for example, like I didn't had the hands on, but I had like, for example, we my project is currently working on the sales cloud only. Okay, so if there I wanted to build the sales process, so it will start from the basic. Okay, first we need to have the leads process, right? Like in leads also we have steps, then we have opportunity, then we have campaigns and all. So it will go like that only. So in leads also, when it is the converted leads, or it is the stages we have, like lead stages, so it will go like that.
Okay, okay. So one more question to you. A business require, a custom object to track the customer feedback. Okay, a business require a custom object to track the customer feedback. Each feedback record should be linked to the contact. Okay, and user should only be able to submit feedback for contact they own. I mean, where they are the owner, only there they will be able to submit the feedback. How would you be set up this kind of requirement?
Okay, so for contact only, we
Yeah.
have to be there. Okay. Assign no. Assignment rules we can use for that automatic one. Escalation rules, so for that. Hmm. Feedback, it will get automatically assigned to that. Flow, no flow, we can't use. Um, Entitlement. We can go for the assignment rules, or
Mm, I mean
assignment rules. No,
that,
I think.
but that is not the best way,
Yeah.
because there you cannot
Feedback.
control the security, right? As we are also talking about, only the user who has the owner, they should be able to submit the feedback, not others, right? So how will
Approval process.
no,
We can
approval
go.
process is not, I mean, how will we create the record to using?
Yeah. Sh- Sharing something, but that will be go for that. Oh, we can use the sharing rules or sharing settings for it, and we can.
Is not actually.
Okay, I'm not sure then.
Okay,
Uh,
no
okay,
problem.
then.
That's great. You tried at least. Okay, so one last question for this admin part. How would you
Okay.
ensure that a custom field on account is automatically populated with a unique identifier upon a record creation?
Unique. We have one unique checkbox, right? We can
Yeah.
select that when
This
we are creating
question,
field.
one hint for you. This question I already asked you, but I'm asking again. Now it is a some different format. How would you ensure that a custom field on account, whenever account is created, it should be automatically populated with a unique identifier upon a record creation?
Uh, Unique identifier. So mm, we can make like case insensitive and case insensitive unique option is there, right? External, we can select. Think you asked me that question only, so unique identifier, we can just select the unique checkbox, and we have like two ways, like whether it will be case sensitive or case insensitive. So we can make it like whether it is our choice if we want to make a case sensitive only for the 15 digit or 18 digit, like that case insensitive. So
Okay, no problem. Let's move to the one more question as I have some time. So,
okay.
design a solution to allow for easy tracking and management of a customer support cases that come in via mail, phone, and web. How will you do that?
Tracking for the customer support portal, right? Via mail or
Just
something.
understand the question. This question is very easy. You just need to understand it. Design a solution to allow for easy tracking and management of customer support cases that come in via email, phone, and web. How will you be, we can say configure the system to make this requirement feasible in Salesforce?
Okay, so mm, customer support, we need to, whenever via phone or website it will come, so we need to have a track for it, right? Like
Mhm.
track for it. Okay, so uh, mm, we can what we can use the
Sorry,
for the
this meeting is getting,
and yeah.
disconnected in a minute. So I'll share you one more link. Just join the same. Okay. Now we'll be
Okay,
starting.
okay, sure.
Right.
Sure, sure. Okay, okay, yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, thank you, Rahul. Yeah, thank you.